Okay, we're on part 2 of the video, so hopefully you've already done part 1 and you've got all your steps down, okay? Right, so if we take a look at this one right here, right, let's actually follow the steps. So here's one, we found one triangle by connecting the center of the two vertices, okay? Right, we're going to find the area of that one triangle, okay? How do we find the area? Okay, so and for this one, right, you say, oh, it's 8 inches, but it's not. We can't actually use our ruler for these, so we're done using the ruler, okay? So here's what we're going to do. Okay, I have my triangle. Right, the key thing that we need to do is we need to find the measure of this angle up here. And one may say, how do you find the measure of that angle? Well, remember, when we just did this, we had a whole bunch of triangles for ourselves. Okay, for ourselves right there. How many triangles would we have had in total? We'd have had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 triangles here for this one. And it's not just a coincidence that the number of triangles is the number of sides. They are always going to be the same. So 6 sides means 6 triangles. If there's 4 sides, there's 4 triangles. If there's 10 sides, there's 10 triangles. So it's always going to be the same. Okay. Remember that all the way around here is 360 degrees. Okay? 360 degrees, and it's broken up into 6 triangles. So that means this angle right here is 60. Oh, and this is 30 and 30 then. So what do we have here? We have a 30, 60, 90. If that's 8, then this is 4 and 4. And this then from 30, 60, 90 pattern we did is 4 root 3. Okay? Okay. So this is tricky, okay? So if you're like, whoa, where'd that all come from? Don't worry, I'm going to do a whole bunch of examples here, okay? So, area of one triangle, 1/2, base is 8, height is 4 root 3. So this is going to be 16 root 3, that's one triangle. How many triangles are there? There's 6. So it's 96 root 3. Okay. Okay, so let's do a second example with the hexagon. Right. Put the center, draw on all your radii. I see that there's 6 triangles, right? Well, this angle is always 360. 360 around a circle. 360 divided by 6 triangles tells me each of these angles is 60 degrees. I don't know if you can hear the music in the background. My kids are watching Hop, so I hope that's not. I'm sorry if that's too distracting, but hey, we're just trying to get our work done, right? So here's my triangle. Here's my height. If this angle's 60, that's 30, and that's 30. In different ones, you're going to have the angles be different amounts. So this just happens because there's 6 triangles. 360 divided by 6 is 60. But if there's 8 triangles, you do 360 divided by 8. If there's 10 triangles, 360 divided by 10. So this does change. Okay. The 14 is broken up to 7 and 7. Okay. I look at this triangle right here. That's a 30, 60, 90. The short leg is 7, so the long leg is 7 root 3. So the area of this triangle is 1/2. Base is 14. Height is 7 root 3. Area of one triangle is 49 root 3, but there's 6 of them. So I do 49 times 6. I get 294 root 3, and that's square inches. Okay? So if it's going to be a hexagon, right, you're always going to have a root 3 in it. Okay? And if it's a hexagon, these angles are always going to be 60. Okay? I'm going to come back to these terms in a second. Actually, I can come to these terms right now. This height right in here is called the apothem. Okay, so when you break it up into these triangles, the height of one of those triangles, that's the apothem. Okay, so it's always starts at the center and it's perpendicular to a side. Okay? Center, perpendicular side. The radius of the polygon, that's what these are that we're drawing in. So step 1, where we connected the center of the two vertices, those are radii. So a segment from the center to a vertex of the polygon. Okay? So those are some terms that you're just going to see, so it's good to have those down. Okay. So again, if you need more time, just hit the pause button. Okay, let's take a look at this one right here. Okay, so it's a square. So if we put the center in, draw all of our radii in. Okay, the apothem is 10. Oh, before I do that, sorry. This is all 360. How many triangles are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 triangles. So this is going to be a 90-degree angle. Okay. When I draw my apothem in, the height of that triangle, oh, that's 45 and that's 45. Remember, it always cuts that in half. So this is 10. The apothem is 10. Apothem is the height of that triangle. If I look at these triangles, I'm like, hey, wait, look at this triangle. It's a 45, 45, 90 triangle. So this is 10. That means this whole thing, because this is 10, this is also 10, so the whole thing's 20. Okay. So now you know, I could stick with the same method, like, you know, because it's a square, you may say, oh, I know how to find the area of a square once I have the side length. That's great. I'm just going to stick with, like, hey, this is the method for regular polygons. It's 1/2. Base is 20. Height is 10. So 100 for the triangle, but you multiply it by 4 because there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. So we got 400. Okay. Hey, that's if we have a square. Okay, what if it's a triangle? There's a center. Okay. There's 3 triangles. 360 divided by 3 means that this angle is 120 degrees for each of those. Okay, remember, all fully rotating is 360 degrees. That's always 360 degrees. We have 3 triangles there. Let's draw the height in there. Okay, 120 cut in half is 60 and 60. Oh, 15 cut in half is 7.5 and 7.5. Now I'm looking at this triangle right here. Hey, that's a 30, 60, 90. We got that again. Which one's this? This is the longer legs. Let me redraw this one. Okay, so 30, 60, 90. Whoops, I put degrees on it. Let's get rid of that. Okay, this is the longer leg, right? Remember, the long equals the short times the square root of 3. The long is 7.5. Okay, so this you may not remember, but this is review of the special rights. So this is a lot of review for area of regular polygons. This is just review. Okay. So this then is 2.5 root 3. So that's this right here, 2.5 root 3. This is kind of weird because you're like, you know, like you got that it's still got the root 3 and it's just in a different spot. Okay. Right? So the hardest part here is getting that height. Now the area of this triangle, 1/2. Base is 15. Height is 2.5 root 3. So do 1/2 times 15 times 2.5. So that's 18.75. And then how many are there? There's 3. 3 triangles. So times it by 3. 56.25 root 3 square inches. Okay? Okay, so, right, okay, so let's do some more examples together. Right? If you feel like you got it, good for you. You're awesome. Right? But if you don't, right, then watch me. Okay? So this is the first side of the worksheet. So this one's going to be a little bit easier because more of the measurements are given to us. Okay? You just have to be careful. So again, first thing, break it up. There's then 1, 2, 3 triangles for ourselves. Okay? The nice thing about this triangle, if we look at that triangle right there, we know what the height is. It told us the height, or the apothem. It told us the base. Look, it's 3 here. All the sides are, sorry, it's 3. So all sides are 3. So that would give us, when we multiply it, 3 root 3 over 4. Okay. How many triangles are there? 3 of them. Let's get 9 root 3 over 4. Okay. Now, if you look at the top here, they give you a formula to follow. Okay? And that's great if you want to use the formula. The formula is doing the same thing. Look, it did, like for this one, it did 1/2 the height, which was root 3, times the base, and it just did it 3 times. Why did it do it 3 times? Because there's 3 triangles for that one. And that's what we're doing. So instead of adding the 3's together, we're doing area of 1 triangle, then multiplying it by 3. It doesn't matter. It's really the same thing. So if you want to try to follow that formula where you do 1/2 the apothem times the perimeter, great. Okay? If you're not good at memorizing formulas and you're more like, I can figure this out, then draw it in. Okay? So there's example 1. Right? Okay? Let me do 4. Okay? Right, there's my triangle, and you can turn the paper. Right, I turned the paper because of the one they gave me. Notice it says the side lengths are all 6 root 3. So that means the area of 1 triangle is 1/2 times 6 root 3 times 9, which is 27 root 3. Oops, 27 root 3 for 1 triangle. How many triangles are there? 6 triangles. 27 times 6, 162 root 3. Okay. Right, so this, on this sheet, right, it gives you all the information, so you're not going to have, it's going to be a little bit easier because it gives you the apothem and perimeter. Right, the apothem and the apothem and the length are given. Okay. Okay. For the next side of the worksheet, oops, sorry, let me get it focused. There we go. Okay. Now these are where we're going to have to do the whole shebang again. Okay. So if I'm looking at this, well, all sides are 16. I'm going to put the 16 down here. I'm going to draw in 1 triangle. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 6 triangles. Okay. Right? For these central angles, that's 360 all around. 6 triangles, that means each of those is 60 degrees. When I draw my height in there, that's going to make this 30 and 30. Because it's always cut in half. So that triangle, and that's going to cut that in half, make that 8 and 8. So that little triangle there is 8, and that's 30. Hey, that 8 is the short side. That means that 8 root 3 is the long leg. Look, it's a 30, 60, 90. Short leg is 8. Long leg is 8 root 3. Okay. If you've forgotten some of your special rights, maybe you have that special right note card out next to you as you do this, because these are all going to use special rights. Okay. Area of the triangle. Right. I'm going back to this diagram here. The triangle's a base of 16. Height of 8 root 3. Notice I'm not doing this little triangle. I'm doing the whole triangle right here. 64 root 3, 6 triangles. Okay, no units, so we just put 384 root 3. Okay, so give those ones your best shot. Right? They're you know, there's just, these are all the special ones.